Okay, welcome back. So, what is the issue here? I think it's pretty obvious. The teacher's racist behavior is creating a hostile learning environment. I should say racist and sexist behavior. Trust is clearly broken between the students and that teacher, but potentially also other staff and even administration if this is continuing to go on over time, and maybe even if this is part of the culture of the school. This behavior, in my opinion, qualifies as bullying, but looking at the definition, right, that would be determined later on. At the district level, the teacher is violating many school and district policies. This behavior is not aligned with district goals, goes against board policies and the CBA. Media might get involved, which would definitely be an issue for the district. The community level, parents are clearly outraged. I say at least one parent, but I assume it could be multiple parents at this point, that their students are exposed to harmful and hostile learning environment. So trust has definitely been broken between the school and the community, and this has potential to cause a lot more cracks in that relationship. Other parents or media may get involved as well at the community level. At the state level, this is unprofessional conduct, and it may result in revocation of the teaching certificate. At the national level, discrimination in the classroom is prohibited by Title IX of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. So, who's involved here? We have our teacher, parents, students, other students who have witnessed all these things. I think that's really important to point out, and the principal. At the district level, we have HR, the superintendent, and the school board. Probably a PR person as well. I should have added that here. The community level, right now, we only have the parent and potentially more parents. At the state level, OSPI, and at the national level, the U.S. Department of Education, Office for Civil Rights. So let's dive into policies. So there are multiple policies that protect students, right? There's a race and equity policy, prohibition of harassment, intimidation, and bullying, non-discrimination, and gender-inclusive schools. So the, this these policies do a really good job of protecting students, giving them rights, making sure there's not sexual harassment, racism, just a negative learning environment for students. And that's outlined pretty clearly in all of these policies. So policies about conducting investigations, which is kind of more of what I'm interested in looking at, is 4220, which is complaints concerning staff or programs. This one involves filing a complaint informally and then filing complaints formally. RCW I thought was worth mentioning. RCW 28A.0405.300. This is adverse change in the contract status of a certificated employee. So this would be determining probable cause and potentially revoking the teaching certificate. And that's in policy 5006. And then 5281 involves a disciplinary action and discharge. I wanted to highlight here, in our race and equity policy in our district, it clearly outlines that employees will work together to increase individual and collective capacity to effectively teach a diverse and changing student population by collaborating to create and implement culturally responsive instructional practices and eliminate practices that lead to under or over representation of any student group. So I thought this was really interesting. Clearly, this is defying policies at the building level. At the district level, we have some of those same policies that apply at that district level, but here we have 5006, certification revocation. At the community level, I think that race and equity policy really applies because it really talks about bringing in people from diverse backgrounds, including the community partners, to really look at issues in the school district and examine issues and develop solutions that address root cause and systems rather than one-time situational fixes.